As you can see, I'm red-faced and sweaty because I just went to the gym and got back to the cabin and just about to get ready for the day. We have docked in Antigua and we've been here since just about 8 o'clock. Been up since about 7:45. Watched us pull in the final little bit into the pier. And looks like it's gonna be another beautiful day. So I am looking forward to it. I'm just gonna hop in the shower and go upstairs to the galley and grab a little bit of breakfast. And then, who knows? The day is young and have not made any specific plans for today other than meeting a friend who is parked on a ship that is next door to us. So yeah, that's the plan for today. Yeah, so Scarlet night last night was awesome and went to bed around midnight. So I got enough sleep, ready for today, feel good, relaxed. Still cooling down from going to the gym, but yeah, so we'll see what the day brings. So I realized I never did a recap last night of the day. I will do that later, but I'm running late. Well, not quite late, but I have 10 minutes to get to my breakfast reservation at Razzle Dazzle, and I've pretty much just woken up, just got out of bed. It's 10 till 9. My reservation is at 9. I thought about skipping it because I'm tired. I just want to like lounge in bed and on the balcony on the hammock. The weather outside is gloomy and foggy and cloudy, as you can see. Not super inviting for like a pool deck situation or and no sun happening. So everyone says Razzle Dazzle brunch is better than their dinner. Definitely wanting to try it because there's a couple things that look really good on the menu. I'm a little sunburned, or a little bit of a lot sunburned from yesterday. My shoulders got it, my face, my lips feel sunburned. They're like puffy and painful. But I had a facial last night after dinner at 9:30, odd time, but it was all they had available. That was amazing, amazing. So good. Just everything I could have wanted in a facial. She was incredible. And for it being that late in the day, I'm sure it was her last appointment, hopefully. But she did such a great job. And so I was like immediately going to bed. I'm going to bed after this. It was like 10:45, you know, when I finished. So yeah, so my face feels amazing, very smooth and soft, but just a little bit sunburned, I think, on my nose and lips. So, but yeah, so I'm gonna pop down to breakfast and then we'll see what the day brings. Just got back from brunch at Razzle Dazzle. It was amazing. My sweet server, Julia, if you get her, she's awesome, convinced me to do the bottomless brunch, to use up some of my bar tab. I have like just under $400 left of bar tab somehow, which means out of the $700 that I had when I came on board, I have spent just around $300. So I needed to spend some money. It's only $25 to do unlimited or bottomless brunch drinks, and you have like 4 or 5 options to choose from. So I sat there for a while and just enjoyed my meal and read my book on my Kindle. But the weather is still not great. It has not cleared up. In fact, I think that we are in the type of fog that's requiring us to like blow the horn quite a bit. We're barely moving because we really don't have that much further to go before we get back to San Juan. So we're just like almost drifting along, but surprisingly, the ship is moving quite a bit. There were some people commenting about it at breakfast, and we are just like rocking like this. I guess because we're going so slowly that we're kind of rocking side to side. The water is a little bit choppy, so maybe it's windy out there, but that hammock is calling my name. So I'm gonna post up there and read for a little bit and just relax on the balcony. I really need to get some editing done, but I'm just not in the mood to sit at my computer right now. I just want to relax on the balcony. It's not raining, it's just overcast and a little foggy. Perfect weather to just relax and read with my Virgin Voyages blanket. All right, it's time to read and hang out. Everyone else is somewhere out around exploring the ship, shopping or who knows what. But for me, nothing beats this hammock. And this is exactly where I want to be on our last day. Okay, I've come back into the cabin. I was just out hanging out on my balcony in the hammock. It's really warm out there, despite how it looks. Looks like rain too is heading our way, but I was just hanging out there, and someone in the cabin next to me came out and started snoring. And if you know me at all, snoring is the one thing I absolutely cannot handle. Like physically, cannot handle. It's the one thing that is like the biggest trigger for me is the sound of snoring, which is again why I cruise solo most of the time. So I had to come inside. I can't stand it. Not gonna be able to stay out there. So I'm gonna go down and check out the dock and see if there's any open spots down there. It kind of looks like we might get a little rain. I'll just go wander around and see what there is to find around the ship, and then maybe when I come back later, the snoring will have stopped. We'll find out. Definitely just rained, but it looks like we are headed towards blue skies. So I'm gonna see if there's anywhere to sit out at the dock. If not, one of these little chairs look pretty cozy. Could definitely post up there and get a little reading done. Okay guys, quick update. I've been at the dock all afternoon. Did a shake for champagne. So I've been down there for hours, hanging out, relaxing, but it started to rain and get really cold. Super cloudy. It actually did it cleared up and got sunny-ish. There was some blue sky, but overall, still pretty cloudy, dreary-ish day. I'm not ready for this chill, relaxing day to be over quite yet because it's still light outside, so I want to enjoy the light a little bit longer and enjoy this hammock a little bit longer. Hopefully no one is snoring on the balcony this time around. It's probably getting close to dinner time, or at least the start of dinner time, 5:30ish, 5 o'clock. I can hear people going up and down the halls. It's been quite a wild day as far as I think a lot of people had a lot of bar tab to use up, so a lot of drinks, a lot of shake for champagne. Dinner, I'm not sure yet. My original plans were razzle dazzle reservation, but I'm not in the mood for razzle dazzle dinner. I'll probably just do the galley or pizza for dinner, which honestly I'm perfectly fine with on my last day. I ate at all the restaurants I wanted to this week, even a couple repeats. I don't feel like I've missed out on anything. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna hang out and read and finish the very last bit of my shake for champagne and then go from there. Okay, it is 8:30 in the evening and I'm gonna head to dinner. I decided to do the galley tonight. I do have show reservations at 10 p.m. Still debating if I'm gonna go to that just because I've seen the show already before. It's Dual Reality. Great show. Really wanna go see it again, but I also have not started packing anything and everything's just kind of like strewn around and not organized at all whatsoever. So I need to do that before tomorrow morning because I have to disembark early because my flight is at I think 10:57 a.m. and that's cutting it close to get from the ship to the airport. Earlier flight than I had planned. The airline changed my flight after I booked it by almost 2 hours. Nothing I could do. There aren't really any flight options, so it is what it is. But I'm gonna try and have everything packed up tonight. One last breakfast on the ship, and then disembark and go straight to the airport. So I'm gonna carry my luggage off with me. Luckily with Virgin, you can stay on the ship until 10:30 in the morning. I think that's the latest that you can disembark. and I'm sure a lot of people will be staying on, assuming they have later flights. Not ready to leave, but these 7-day cruises go by so quick. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go to the galley and get some dinner and then head back here maybe, or to the show. We'll just see what happens after dinner. Guys, the camera is fogging up. Tried to get the sunrise, but it's kind of gone now behind some clouds, but just gonna get a few more minutes in this hammock before I have to get up and finish packing the rest of my stuff. It's still early, it's like 6:30ish. And I have a little bit of time, so I'm just gonna hang out here, enjoy this hammock for a few more minutes before it's time to go. All right, it's the final morning. Time to do one last wrap up before I head home. Recap on the week. How did Virgin Voyages deliver on this itinerary? For one thing, the itinerary was awesome. I enjoyed every port except for the one I didn't get off, Guadeloupe, which again, I mentioned this in that video, but most people did not get off the ship that day while in port. And I have heard that it's the last time Virgin is going to that port, at least in this season on this ship. But every other port was incredible. I really enjoyed my time, had really great excursions, and enjoyed just the amount that I was able to see and experience. Most of it very relaxing and enjoyable, perfect Caribbean types of things to do and excursions. No complaints there. Nightlife was good from what I experienced, but I didn't really stay up that late this trip. Use this trip as more of a rest and relaxation than the typical like go party in the evening, stay out late, sleep in kind of cruise. It just wasn't that for me this time, and that's fine. I didn't meet a whole lot of people. I had great conversations with people in passing, a lot of couples on this cruise, not a whole lot of like groups of friends that I noticed that I particularly happened to interact with, but I really enjoyed myself. I love Virgin. I love their product. I think they have a really good thing going. I think that their price is becoming out of reach for a lot of people, myself included. When I booked this cruise, it got rescheduled twice because of a charter, because of a delayed ship launch, and so I ended up with all this onboard credit and tons of bar tab. So for me, that was great. That added to the experience. It was a reasonable price that I paid. If I were to rebook this same cruise for next year, it would be close to double without any promotional onboard credit or bar tab. I didn't buy any future Virgin. My next voyage credits, I already have one that I need to use by June of next year, and I think I'm gonna struggle to use that because I don't know that I can justify the price of sailing on Virgin when they don't have a different enough product ship to ship. Everything I experienced on Valiant Lady for this week, I experienced in Barcelona last year. When this ship sailed out of Barcelona, almost everything was identical as far as what the onboard offerings were, the shows, the entertainment. They had a couple different entertainment groups, like musicians, which I got to see several times, but I just can't justify paying the amount that they're asking for an experience I've already had. I'm cruising now to try and see new ports and new places. I want to explore more of the world. I don't want to repeat ports if at all possible, unless I'm doing something totally different, because I want to see as much as I can possibly see. And so if I'm going to cruise to experience the ports and different itineraries, Virgin isn't going to offer me that right now. They only have 3 ships, and their itineraries just aren't that diverse. So I've been gravitating towards other cruise lines for that reason. But with all that said, I will come back to Virgin. I do love their product. I love that there's no kids on board. I think the vibe is great. Scarlet Night is the best party at sea, no question. People always have a great time on Virgin. I rarely ever hear complaints. I think that they just do a lot of things really well that other cruise lines don't. And so for that, I'll come back, but I just don't know when. So loved this itinerary. Super happy I came. 7 days goes by so quick, but here we are, Saturday morning in San Juan, back in San Juan. So I have a couple of things I need to finish doing as far as packing up. I am mostly packed, but I have a few more things to get into my personal item and my other half of my suitcase. So I'm gonna try and finish packing that stuff up now. It's 7:25, so I need to get that packed and then head up to breakfast so that I can grab something to eat before I go to the airport. I think that wraps up today. And I think I've grouped a couple of days into this vlog, so I hope you enjoyed watching. And if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing to my channel because I will be bringing lots more solo cruising content and cruising content in general. I do multiple solo cruises a year. The next solo cruise I have is coming up in May, but I am going on one with my mom at the end of April, and I will be filming some of that. All right, thanks so much for watching, and happy cruising.